Hello, everybody. Welcome to Roll to Talk, where we get to roll and we get to talk. And oh god, is that the new catchphrase for the podcast here? I think we're going to solidify that. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Came out the tongue. But hi there. My name is Dice&Autism. I tell stories in the internet. I go by he, they, and this is my co-host, Wittyxwitch. Hi, say hi, Witty.
Hi, Witty. Yeah, I'm Wittyxwitch.
Yeah. So today on the podcast, we are going to talk about how to build your character for D&D and everything. And, well, that's a bit of a, not loaded question, but a complicated question. Not a complicated, more kind of like, it's a simple question, but it's got a giant-ass book with a whole bunch of, markers and pages. Mm-hmm. And everything, it's just bonkers.
Yeah, and everyone does it a little differently, and the way that the book wants you to do it has changed a little bit from edition to edition, so...
Yeah. But thankfully, there are, you gotta figure out the proficiency for your stats and everything, and that levels up throughout the entire thing. Not to mention, it increases throughout levels, and then your stats, and then bonuses when it comes to what species you choose for your D&D. It can be crazy. It can be crazy. But thankfully, there are free programs out there that help you out and everything, like D&D Beyond and everything. That's pretty good and everything. That's
unless you are a character hoarder, in which case it's no longer free because you have to pay the $2 subscription to get unlimited characters, I think. But you have a cap of 6 last time I checked, and I was paying 0. I am no longer paying 0.
Oh god, was it 6?
6 was the limit.
Oh my god, I'm also a character hoarder too. I have over 300 characters in my D&D Beyond.
let me check how many I have. I hope it shows up on mobile, because I do not remember. Oh, that's not even loaded. Let me just go to the computer. I have not used the app in a while, apparently.
Yay.
D&D Beyond characters. How many do I have? Load faster. I know that I'm in the mountains. Please load faster.
Hey, that's all good. Yeah, D&D Beyond is pretty cool. There are
I have 27.
Hey, pretty good. Double digits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Several I've never played.
Hey,
and I think 3 to 5 of them I'm attached to. These are my babies.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh god. Yeah. I, as a writer, I generally use D&D Beyond as a nice character tool practice and everything, just to brainstorm everything. But that's really cool.
I will say 4 of those 27 are the 4 agents, friends from Twilight Princess: Russell, Shad, Ashe, and Aru. So I've made characters for all of them. Not that I'm ever going to play them, but it was a little for science. I want to see what this might look like.
Yeah, and you're not limited to D&D Beyond. There are other programs out there that are really, really good and provide a lot of cool stuff and everything.
Mm-hmm. Roll20 has the character sheet built in as well.
Yeah, Roll20 is another one. I think Nexus is the up and coming new character builder for TTRPGs and everything, because they got Daggerheart, Pathfinder, Vampire the Masquerade, which is which is really, really nice. I don't know if they have D&D stuff on there yet. They've had it the tab for D&D on there for the longest time, and I am just frothing at the mouth of come on, please.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I feel D&D Beyond kind of has that cornered, and so there's a lower priority, I think, for other VTTs, virtual tabletops, for those that might not know what that means. To actually have D&D support, because most of us, I feel, go to D&D Beyond.
Yeah, because D&D Beyond was just kind of a third party website, wasn't it?
Yes, and then Wizards bought it.
Yeah. So
I believe that was in 2019, 2020, something that.
It was 2020, because I remember D&D TikTok. We kind of there was talks about it and everything, and there were people who were all right, this could be good, and also this could be but.
And then the OGL happened, but we're not going to talk about that today.
Oh, that's a topic for an entirely different.
That's a whole other episode. No. Back to the topic at hand. We're talking about character creation, but not the step-by-step version. We're going to talk about the vibes and the narrative beats, not the okay. And now you're gonna roll.
Yeah.
And do you reroll ones or not? Actually, fun question just for kicks. Do you reroll your ones when you roll your stats?
See, for me, I don't care if I get ones on my roll for my stats personally, because I feel like the challenge, I feel like I get more excited when I get roll low stats for my characters, because that's like ooh, this is like a challenge. I can like, ooh, how can I incorporate this and everything? But when I'm DMing a game, the common consensus with like players that kind of get like low stats and everything, it's like, well, if they get like a lot of ones and everything, it's like, oh, that's kind of eh. And so it's like, you know what? We're all here to have fun. This is not like professional meta competition D&D and everything. No, we're gonna be goofy goobers. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll allow. Go ahead.
I did used to reroll my ones, and then I rolled a few too many characters that had like 13 or higher stats across the board, and I was like, this is so boring.
It can be. That's the weird thing when it comes to like building a character, is that when you have a character that has like high stats and everything, it's a lot more complicated and harder to like give that character layers and flaws, because I think when building a character, you want to have like, we all have the power fantasy of building like this perfect character who's excellent at everything and all that stuff and everything, and like there's no shame in that. Like we've all been there. We've all been there. It's a nice fantasy to have and everything. But like
I love the idea of like I have one character concept that is a wizard who cannot read, and so they have to learn their spells by mimicking what they see other people do.
Oh, that's so cool.
But like I love the idea of like, you know, a bard who's not that good, or like, you know, a fighter who's like, let me show you how it's done, whiffs it over and over. And it's like, I'm really good at this, I swear. If anyone has ever played Dragon Age Origins, it is Zevran and lock picking.
Oh, Zevran.
I'm so good at this. No, you're not. Stand aside. You know, and you're like, if you're a warrior or a mage, you go up to a chest, and he's like, I could do that for you. And it's like, can you, Zevran?
God, well, he can. He's such a charming fellow.
He can't unlock the chest, though. He's so useless with a lock.
But that voice, though!
But that voice.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
Yeah,
flaws.
Speaking of flaws, like that's part of the character creation as well, and I do feel like that has fallen out of favor in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Especially with the new 1 D&D or 2024 rules. I remember that was a big thing for the 2014 rules, and I don't remember seeing it in the new character creator on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I haven't really touched much of like
your flaws and bonds.
Yeah. Because like that was the cool thing about 2014. It was very much kind of like, yo, be aware of like your flaws and bonds, like really core aspects of your characters that really connects them. And then 24 is just very much, hey, you want combat? Let's roll around like a Beyblade and everything.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. But no, go ahead.
No, you.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's like a key aspect when building a character. You want the one thing that's like the motivation for your character, and then you want to balance it out with like the one major flaw of what's preventing them to get that goal.
Mm-hmm. I believe I said in our first episode that I was like, the main thing for backstory that I need to know about my character is why they left and how they feel about why they left. Their previous life. Like those are the, if I don't know anything else about my backstory, those are the things I have to know. Which I think goes in, again, kind of into that that backstory, that flaw, like, especially if you're angry about leaving, then that your flaw is built in.
Yeah, definitely.
But how do you like to start your character? Like when you say, okay, I'm rolling a character, what's the first thing you do?
I'm always a fan of deconstructing typical archetypes in like tropes and characters and stuff, because like it's like I'm very much the person like, okay, we're a fan of these archetypes and everything, but they get plagued to death and everything. So I just want to be like, let's try to give this archetype some justice and layers and flip it on its head. because I don't know if I remember talking about this in previous episodes of the podcast, but I in a home game and everything, I am playing a rogue. You know how rogues are. They're dashing, charming, and everything. And my boy,
they're the edgelord. Either one.
Or
you got the
edgelord.
Here.
Yeah. It's either that. And he's like, I am the world's greatest thief. I'm gonna announce it and everything. And like, we're like, okay, he's the world's greatest thief, but yet he's like from a family of nobles, and he's very much kind of like in that family of nobles, like with the servants and everything. It's like, I am going to steal this treat. Do I have your consent and everything? And the servants were like, oh yeah, totally. You have your. So they kind of like fed onto this like little lie and everything. It's like, I'm the world's greatest thief. And so now, now that he's out in the public and everything with his party and everything, he's very much kind of like, hello there, traveling merchant, I want to steal a thing from you. Only with your consent, though, because consent is very, very key. May I steal it?
I love it. Can I steal this? No.
Yeah, and also it's like a nice, funny concept and everything. It was like, okay, because like rogues have like I was gonna say stench. Oh, I was gonna say not stench. It's more like a stigma, aroma of like kind of like the kleptomaniac, treasure goblin, and just and everything. And I was just kind of like, okay, what if it's just like, what if we take the concept of the gentleman thief and just crank it up to like 1 billion here? Yeah, but that's usually my process. What about you?
I usually start with my class.
Okay.
Especially in D&D, because you can I feel like D&D's rules are more hard and fast when it comes to combat than it is to the roleplay part.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to be bored in combat. I'm building a class to do cool stuff in combat because I can do whatever I want when I roleplay.
Oh yeah.
Which is not always true of other systems, but D&D is very like wide open. Even your skill set isn't usually roleplay focused. You've got animal handling, which sure, kinda. Persuasion, deception, yeah, they are roleplay, but most of them are like survival, investigation, insight, like you know, I don't know. So I always start with my class, and often too, I am coming into games kind of later, and so I'm often one of the later people to be asked. And that's fine with me, but that's like, I'm always like, what class fits best? What do we already have? I'll usually provide 2 or 3 different options. What do you think is going to balance best with the party we have? And then I'll go from there. That's how I made my current, she's not a ranger anymore. I've respec'd into fighter, arcane archer fighter, because I got bored. I got bored in combat with my ranger, and it broke my heart, because I've been such a ranger defender.
Oh no!
And now I'm like,
no. What ranger subclass were you using?
Alec the Bard was right.
No! Shout out to Alec the Bard.
Yeah, exactly. And if anybody sees this and tells him, I will deny that I said that. He'll have to come watch this himself.
Oh lordy.
But yeah, so like, I literally said, okay, I've got a wizard. I think I had a cleric and a ranger, and I was like, which of these 3 fits? And they said ranger fits the best, and I said, great, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I usually start with a mechanical concept first. As like my wizard who can't read, I started with, I was like, man, how that would be such an interesting thing to do in a long form campaign, and like basically have every spell list open to you, but you can only learn spells that you've seen other people do. That'd be wild.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then I was like, okay, how am I gonna, and then I based that character off of Kvoth? Cody? Kvoth? I don't know. From the main character from The Name of the Wind. I do not know how to say that KV combo.
Oh, yeah.
I do not know how to say that name.
Yeah, no, it's all
I
good.
have no idea how Rothfuss wants me to say it. Anyway, but that character. And so that's sort of where I went with that after I had the mechanical concept of wizard who can't read.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's really cool. That's really cool. It's like, yeah, okay.
I did name that character Cody.
Nice.
but with a K.
Yeah. Alright, so, okay. So we got that and everything. So kind of like talked about like just building up like kind of like a seed foundation, which I guess be kind of like character archetypes in a way and everything. Cause,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because wizard who can't read is not an archetype.
No, yeah.
That is not a trope.
Nope. No, character archetypes are a good foundation if you're just starting out with a character and everything, or don't really have like any experience of like housing, creating anything and all that stuff. So it's like it's okay to like take an archetype and then just kind of like go from like the beginning and everything and all that stuff, because like there have been plenty of people who have played the very angy, himbo, not smart barbarian and everything. My boy Grog Strongjaw. Love you.
I love him.
Oh, God, yeah. And
the things I would do for Grog.
Oh, God, same. Yeah, and it very much shows, is like, it doesn't matter, like, what archetype you do, or, like, how, like, shallow or deep the archetype is. You can make gold out of it with what you do and what you put the spices in.
And it doesn't have to be trope beat for beat. Like, and any individual playing, like, the same archetypal character, say, Grog or Legolas, very much archetypes, are going to be different from Grog and from Legolas. And that is fine. And your own experiences, your own confidence at the table with your own RP and what you choose to do with that character will make that character different. And one of the things like with Grog, for example, again, he is the himbo Goliath barbarian with an intelligence of 6. Like it is hard to get more tropey than that. And yet, because Travis is an intelligent person, Grog is a strategist. And you see this every single time when Vox Machina plans. Grog is always providing strategy. And I think it's really interesting because Grog can still be an idiot. But with a mind for this one thing. Because that's what he's done. That's what he's practiced. That's what he's good at. He's not thinking about it. He's just doing it.
Oh, definitely. And like, and you can have like little moments of like brilliance with it, because especially with like Grog and everything, with his little talk with Keyleth when they were about to talk with the Green Dragon, it was so good. He was just like, if you want to go, we'll go. And Keyleth was like, Grog, are you okay? And Grog was like, oh, it's all good.
I
was like,
and I think that too speaks to not necessarily Grog being intelligent. It speaks to Grog knowing Keyleth and knowing what Keyleth needs. And so again, like there's so many people in the world who are, maybe real dumb, no book smarts whatsoever, but have a lot of common sense or have a lot of emotional intelligence. Or vice versa. Some people have no emotional intelligence but are really, really smart when it comes to like test taking, rocket science, whatever. Everyone has the thing that they're good at. So especially with intelligence, it's so vague in D&D. What does intelligence mean? What does wisdom mean?
I think another thing that people sometimes do when with like character building and like all that stuff is that they take the stats of like the meaning of the stats literally, and they kind of like, all right, kind of bound by this and everything. But I think we kind of like also forget about like the nuances and the many layers and shades of those stats and everything, because like there's also emotional intelligence and everything, which I feel like is very much aligned with like wisdom or something. Since like,
I would say it's either wisdom or charisma, because is it my own emotional intelligence, knowing how I feel emotionally and being able to process that, or is it being able to find out how you feel?
I kind of...
And having good advice for you.
See, now I kind of want that to be like kind of like a stat and put it in charisma, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the D&D people will be like, charisma already has too many things! It doesn't need any more!
You know what? And that is so fair. And I know we're mostly talking about D&D today, and that's really fine, but I am going to sing the praises of Dragon Age Tabletop again.
Oh, of course!
I'm obsessed. But their charisma stat is called communication.
Oh, yeah.
And so the only thing that's like that we would assume perhaps would be under that, like an insight check, for example. There is no insight in the Dragon Age system.
Yeah.
Instead, it's called empathy, and it is under the perception ability.
Yeah.
not communication. Which makes sense because, you know, if you're trying to empathize, you have to notice something is wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, are you okay? I'm fine. You don't seem fine.
Exactly.
That is perception. That is not comms.
Yeah.
So it's but D&D doesn't have that. It's all just kind of lumped into charisma or wisdom, and it's loosey-goosey because, once again, the focuses in Dragon Age are so detailed and broken down. Like, Legerdemain is different from lockpicking, from stealth, from sleight of hand. Those are all different things.
Yeah.
They're all kind of lumped in together in D&D. So you do have to do a lot of open to interpretation.
Yeah, I wonder if that's, like, a case when it comes to, like, beginner D&D players and everything when they're trying to build up a character, is that they, maybe it's just, like, it's too vague for the beginning and just kind of, like, people kind of, like, assume and take it, like, literally face value or something? What do you think, yeah?
I think probably. I do think that the rules as written in at least 2014, because that's the one I've read the most of. I do not own the hard copies of 2024 because I own the hard copies of 2014. So why would I? They're not. The rules aren't that different. And the ones that are, I can find on D&D Beyond. So. But I remember reading through that book and not feeling like there was a lot of clarification or support for those interpretations. So it is kind of up to you, and no one wants to be the person that, you know, at one table maybe your empathy is a charisma check, but at the other table it's a wisdom check, and you just kind of have to roll with what the DM says a lot of times.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and speaking of other archetypes and everything, and like you can very much start out with like the typical archetype with like a character and everything, and then just like kind of like give it a whole lot of empathy and depth. Because I was like, I was watching like Dimensions 20's. What's the Wizards? What's the one with the Rhea and Iron Guard?
Misfits in Magic.
Misfits in Magic. Thank you.
I got you, babes.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, with Brendan Lee Mulligan playing Evan Kelp, and
I love him. I love that character.
I love him so much because he's supposedly like the dark, brooding, edgy character, but he's just like I don't want to be this dark, broody, edgy guy. I just want like friends and stuff. And I was just like,
Evan just wants a hug.
Yeah, he just wants a hug. I was just like,
on the flip side, I have a character that is a I can't remember if she's a light or a life domain cleric. I'm pretty sure she's a light domain.
Yeah.
But she's also pretty fucking evil.
Oh god.
And it's not like, you know, mustache twirly evil, but like the premise of her backstory is she is the daughter of the Pope.
Oh, okay.
She's very much based on the Borgia family. I was really into the Borgias at the time, and still really into the Borgias. That never faded.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's the daughter of the Pope, and so her goal is to improve her family's standing and her family power because that serves herself.
Yeah.
And so like there was a moment where one of our party members fell behind and was about to get killed by lava or a dragon. And she went back for them, not out of any altruism. She went back because if I leave you and you survive, that reflects poorly on me and my family and our quest for power. But if you live and I save you... that was why she did it.
Holy shit!
and like city guards showed up. She was like, "Let me lie about this one." She had so many points in perception, deception.
Yeah.
And I was like, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have to fight these guards. It's gonna be bad." And I was like, "Oh no, babes, I have got this."
I got the power of God and anime on my side.
Exactly. And she literally, she was like, "As you can see, I am a woman of the cloth." And I am here to conduct last rites. You would not dare mess with this sacred rite, right?
Not the religious guilt.
Exactly. But that's her whole character. You think, a light domain cleric, they're going to be goody-goody two-shoes. They're going to get on the rogue for stealing. Not this girl.
Oh, love it. Yeah, that.
Similarly, I've seen people talk about like bards have the trope of being horny and overly sexual a lot of times.
Yep.
I've seen people play with the idea of a celibate bard. Emily Axe, I don't think her character's not a bard, but she has this character in the most recent season of NADPOD. I'm blanking on what it's called though.
Okay.
But basically, she had a crush on somebody and broke her vows by having the crush, not doing anything with it, just having the crush. And so she has put herself into exile.
Oh no! Oh, see, I am a big fan of like doom romances in a way and everything, but that's like, no,
yeah,
not the self-doom romance.
Yeah, and so, but that's the thing is you can do that with a bard too. You can literally say like, I am devoted to the craft.
Yeah.
But this one person has made me rethink that, and so now I have to devote myself to this craft. Like think like bard but monk.
Oh,
but like,
I love it.
Religious monk.
Oh, yeah.
In meditation monk, not class monk.
Yay! Oh God, that is just crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, those are pretty much like what you can do with like architects and just like either work with it or like spin it or like just like burp and everything.
Yeah. And I said last time I've played so many elven archers in whether it's an arcane archer in D&D or a ranger in D&D or an archer rogue in Dragon Age. Like I play elven archers or half elf archers so much.
Yeah.
And like that is a trope I really enjoy. I have a lot of fun with, and it speaks to me. None of those characters are the same. Similar, yes. None of them are the same.
Yeah. So with like earlier editions of like D&D, how do you think it really much has changed? Because I've played like 1 or 2 games of like Advanced Dungeons and Dragons edition and everything. And
I looked at 2. I've played 1 of 3.5.
Okay, yeah. And like looking at Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, it was just like, okay, what the fuck is Thaco? That's just the fuck is Thaco? And the other part was like, okay, this is like salt and pepper kind of spices here.
Yeah.
Okay, we can work with it. We can totally work with it.
I think the biggest thing with especially old D&D and when we talk about character creation and archetypes is that you were sort of locked in a lot of ways to tropes. Like dwarves could only be these classes, orcs could only be this alignment.
Yep.
There were a lot of those, and a lot of the stats, and this was true up to fifth edition, is a lot of the racial stats and bonuses lent itself to a certain class in a certain way. Like half elves were great bards, gnomes were great bards, dwarves and orcs not great bards, mechanically speaking.
Yep.
And so. But you were like, it was even more restrictive in early editions, and then that's changed as they've added more races or species depending on the edition. Added more classes, more subclasses. So that's definitely changed a lot. I do think I feel like we've sort of gone on like a bell curve in a way, as far as what people like to do. Because I feel like we were so restricted then that we were really like, okay, we're going to get out of this completely. We're going to completely break the system and do whatever the heck we want. And now we've sort of fallen back into using tropes again. And sometimes that's to flip it. Sometimes that's just to work with it and run that. But, I said right before we started, like, we started with gnome bards, and now we've almost come full circle with tiefling bards.
Hey.
The vibe is very similar.
Yeah. It's very much just kind of just like basic chocolate or vanilla kind of ice cream and stuff, and it's like, all right, cool. And there's really no like shade in betweens and stuff, which also kind of sucked and everything, because it was very much like, okay, like, because like one aspect that was kind of like interesting is that like cure wounds could also be turned into inflict wounds with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons in a spell. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But I think that also like affect your alignment or something. I can't really remember. Yeah, okay, it did.
Early editions, as far as I know from what I've read and watched, is that yeah, like they were really serious about alignment at the time.
Yeah.
And I do think that playing with alignment is fun.
Yeah.
There's the classic 9 block with lawful, evil, good, chaotic, and neutral. And so there's the classic 9 block. There's also it's a 25 block that also adds. Let me get it right. There's lawful, social, neutral, rebel, chaotic.
Ooh.
And then there's good, moral, neutral, impure, I think is the word, and then evil. And so you could be, instead of just being like lawful good or chaotic evil or neutral on that diagonal line, you could be rebel impure or social good. Ooh. So maybe you're good aligned, but you're not lawful good or chaotic, but not true neutral either. I think it added a lot more layers and really helped me kind of figure out where I was with alignment. Not like me personally, but how I play in alignment.
Yeah.
And I do think that alignment is somewhat important for if you are a cleric or a paladin and you have, or a warlock and you have like some kind of patron of sorts to gift you your powers. Because if you do something they disagree with, they might say, "No, those are mine. Give those back. Thank you."
Yep. Yeah.
But I don't think we need to be locked into alignment. I just think that I think we sort of overcorrected when it comes to alignment.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's a nice roadmap to kind of figure out like the vibe of your character and stuff, and then it was just like people were very much kind of like I think it was just like overexposure, or not overexposure. I think more people of like stricter rules as written DMs were kind of like, hey, you set your character is like this alignment, so you gotta play it this way, and like alignments like change or get blurry or mesh over time and everything, so it's not necessarily like true and everything. So I think then people were just kind of like, all right, this whole alignment system, yeet it.
Yeah, and again, going back to, I think that there's a question of what does wisdom, intelligence, or charisma mean? What does good and evil mean in this fantasy world where murder is okay?
Very, very much. Yeah, it's very interesting because D&D started as a war game.
Yes,
it did. So it's actually kind of fascinating to see like how it started from just like 2 little mini figurines, and just kind of like developed.
I love that you did the now kiss gesture.
Well, I don't have like any like my. Well, actually, hang on.
But it was very like, and Vladimir collects ceramic unicorns.
Oh, lordy. Yeah, and it's just how, like, it just became, like, this really in-depth tool for, like, character study and exploration. So it was like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Hey, pretty nice.
I really think alignment is, like you said, a helpful roadmap. And so if it is not helpful to you in your character creation to use it, don't. Because, again, it's loosey-goosey. If it is helpful, if you're like, I have no idea how to play this, then you can say, okay, here's a lawful good character, and these are the kinds of choices a lawful good character might make. So now you know kind of how to play that if you really don't have any idea. But I feel like in the context I said earlier about, paladins, warlocks, and clerics, it's not so much the, you did a good or bad thing, it's would the god approve of it?
Yes.
Because going back to my light cleric, her patron god, her primary god, and her the one that her dad is pope for is Lathander.
Ooh.
I think he's lawful good, but maybe he's neutral good. I forget, but he is good aligned.
Yeah.
He tried to overthrow the Pantheon. This is not the behavior of a good character.
How the hell did they still have their cleric powers then? Like.
I mean, Lathander's not like Lathander, the god, tried to overthrow the Pantheon.
Oh, okay. I was like okay.
Yeah. So like, she's not. And again, she's evil. She's the mean. She's awful, and she's doing all of this out of self-service, or to her immediate family.
Yeah.
But, like, that doesn't mean that she's not making the choices that he approves of. It's kind of... I hate to bring up religious trauma for a lot of people, but it is that, like, wanting to look good and people know that you're doing good. It's are you a good person, or do you want to be perceived that way? Marjorie Tyrell talks about this in Game of Thrones as well. Yes, I fed the poor, and I made sure I was seen doing it.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, definitely like that. So, yeah, no, that's really, really cool. Yeah. Okay, so...
like, alignment is so loose, even in the real world, so, like...
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think it's something that we need to toss completely.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, with building a character and everything, what do we like to play, and like how we like to create our own characters? We did talk about like how we like to create our own characters and everything.
Yeah, because I usually start with class.
Yeah. But what's the kind of character that we like to play and everything? What is your general drive? Because you have talked about this, like you really like to playing elves and everything. So is it like is it always just like I want to play an elf and then I'll just like pick a class with it or anything, or just kind of like what are we thinking?
So I normally start with my class. I don't feel like I'm not sure if I should say if I feel like or don't feel like I have a main. I really like playing wizards. I've had a great time with my arcane archer, but it's the first one I've played. I wouldn't say I main rangers, but I do main archers, if that makes sense.
Oh, definitely.
You know, an archer varietal, if you will.
Yeah.
I've never mained a cleric. The only cleric I've played is that one I've told you about this episode, but I love her. So I'm probably going to start playing more clerics. I also really like druids. I made a joke to my sister one time. I said, I main either a wizard or a ranger, so druid is my main.
Yeah.
That was the joke I made. I used to main barbarians. I got bored. I played them enough. I was like, okay, I need to use anything else. But I am so basic when it comes to my race or my species in D&D. I like humans and elves.
Ah, gotcha.
Like, and it is so funny to me whenever I'm playing in a game that has like, you know, people who don't want to play those at all. So we have like a tiefling and maybe an Azamar or a goblin, like these like kind of like wackier, newer peoples that you can play. And then I'm like the one human in the group.
Oh God, human race gets like too much flack. It gets too much flack.
I will say I primarily started playing humans because not maining them, but just playing them again at all, because I was in a party one time where everybody had dark vision. And I was like, this is not interesting.
Oh yeah.
And so I literally my next character I rolled was a human, because I was like, somebody has to be blind in the dark. I don't care. It has to be someone.
Yeah. For me, I've always played like the slightly goofy characters who just kind of like to be a goober and just themselves, because like very much just like I want to be very much like myself and just like not like mask up for like everything and just kind of be like, you know what, I just want to be a goober. I just want to be a goober. So it's very much like that. They're very much kind of like also like himbos and everything. And the classes I main is generally fighters, because I am a ride or die fighter main. I will fight to the death. I will fight to the death. They are not basic, okay? They are. Yep.
Do you have a favorite subclass?
Oh, that's Battlemaster or Echo Knight. Those two are
Echo Knight
good.
Is so cool.
It's so good. It's basically a stand from JoJo, and I'm just like, yeah. Part 4's the best.
I love Echo Knights. They're so cool.
Yeah. Oh God.
But yeah, you're saying you like to play the goofy goober characters and the fighters.
Yeah, very much goofy characters. Sometimes I'll play kind of like an emotionally damaged character who's just kind of like, hey, I'm kind of suppressing my trauma and emotions with either comedy or just like everything else. So,
I find like the characters I fall into role playing the easiest are ones that are a little bit mean.
Yeah.
So again, with the cleric, for example, like she had this, she's basically nobility. She has like gigantic like rings on her hand. It's like a ring of protection, and it has cool stuff to it, but it is like very ornate. And so she's like, ugh, you may kiss the ring if you wish. Like, it's that. Like she is still kind of snotty, kind of elitist. But is, of course, trying her best to be this very, like, warm and caring. Of course I'll help you. Because it serves her function. And her goals. But then I also have a character who is, it's a D&D that is themed Dragon Age. Not the Dragon Age system.
Okay.
Still D&D, but Dragon Age. World, lore, etc. And in that one, I'm currently playing an elven mage who is a bitch. Like, and like, proudly so. Like, she's not trying to, she's not trying to do this in this, like, this is for my, I'm gonna be nice to have a better reputation for my, none of that. She literally walked in, and she's elven, and she saw all the humans in the group and went, ew. Like, out loud.
I just got flashbacks to Morrigan, just like
she is based off, like, as far as Dragon Age goes, she's based off of Morrigan and Vallana and like these mean characters.
But yeah,
and so like, I do not think of myself as like a mean person. I'm definitely not trying to be mean in my real life, but it is hard for me to play a character that is too much like me. Like, they have to either be, like, really outdoorsy, really love animals, or be really mean. And unabashedly so. Like, it is... I've played characters that are a lot like me, and I often will be like, what would I do here?
That's awesome.
And different people are different ways. Like you were saying, like, you like to more play kind of yourself. I do not.
Well, not entirely myself, like little aspects of myself and everything. It's kind of like taking a slice of yourself and just kind of like putting it on a slab and then watching the little piece grow into like something else entirely and everything. So,
but, and every character we have is going to have little pieces of ourself, Even my little mean girls, like, there are pieces of me there. Even in the meanness, I will admit, there are pieces of me in the meanness. I'm not going to lie. Even in my character that loves camping and hunting and animals, which, I mean, I like animals. Let me be so clear. I like animals. I'm not an animal person. Before the internet comes for my throat.
That's all good.
The dog people in particular. But yeah, like, even in those characters, I'm not outdoorsy. Again, I like animals, but they're not my fave. There's still so much of me in those characters too. Like, it's going to be there. I just find roleplay easier when I don't have to worry about what I would do instead.
Definitely. Also, since you...
Sorry.
Also, since you were talking about like how you like the main elves and everything, for me it's changelings. I love changelings. Changelings are so cool. For me, I'm gonna make a proclamation right here as an autistic content creator and everything. Changelings are the autistic race. I'm sorry, they are. They just are. They can change to other people and they very much pretend to be others. That's the literal form of masking.
Speaking of like the this race or species is this group's thing. I wanted to do a panel at Dragon Con. That was like it was going to be a diversity panel talking about queer, LGBT, trans, etc. Like all of that in gaming. And try to encompass like all of that, how we can have our tables be more welcoming, etc.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the first title I thought of for this panel was "So You Want to Play a Tiefling?" It was like, I was just like, okay, what am I going to call it? Going to be queer in gaming, blah blah blah, and I was like, could be about tieflings.
Very much. The bisexual
and while I do use she they pronouns, so like it's weird for me. I'm going to be a little bit personal here, just FYI.
Of course,
is I don't feel like I have a right to claim any kind of queerness, even though I say that I'm a little non-binary as a treat. Is exactly how I phrase it about myself. So I still often think of myself as very cishet. again, even with that, it just I don't know what the disconnect is for me, but still.
Okay.
And so I think it's very funny that I lean towards the elves and humans as the often cishet person at the table.
That's all good. That's all good. It's oh god, it's
because the humans and the elves are kind of the straight kid ones too.
Well, I wouldn't.
And that one's not nearly as hard and fast.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, I guess like for elves and everything, they're a little bit more on the queer spectrum and everything. Yeah.
A little queerish is a treat. As I say about myself.
Oh lordy. Oh god, that is just as lovely. Okay. Well, we've run through all the stuff we had on our list to talk about. Is there anything that you want to like add as an extra bonus or stuff?
I will say, if you are making your own character, especially those who maybe have not ever created a character, if you're like, where do I even start? Think of characters you want to play. Think of characters that you really identify with or really want to be like. I remember I did a game years ago and had all new players, and I said, think about maybe 3 characters from any popular media, it doesn't matter what it is, and tell me which ones those are, and I will tell you which class goes best with that. And so I had someone that wanted to play Peter Baelish from Game of Thrones, and I kind of sent them towards Mastermind Rogue or Inquisitive Rogue, and I was like, this is mostly where you're probably going to land. And if someone wants to play Sailor Moon, then okay, we're going to probably go Cleric then.
Yeah.
And what was do you remember this? There was an account on YouTube that always did like how to play X character in D&D. Do you remember this?
I think so. Yeah, I can't remember the person's name and everything. It's been so long.
Yeah, it's been years since I've looked at those videos, but I remember them clearly.
Yep.
And so, but there's ones for if you want to play Link from Legend of Zelda. There is one for Sailor Moon. I distinctly remember that one. And I'm pretty sure he said she was a cleric. It could have been Paladin though. I might be wrong. It might be Paladin, but it was one of those two.
Yeah.
So if you are like, I really want to play Mipha from Breath of the Wild or Mizu from Blue Eye Samurai, just if you can find like a Reddit post, a YouTube video, how to play X character, and go from there.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing as well. Just like take like aspects of like your favorite character and let's see why that resonates with you, and then kind of like try to like replicate that into your character, because that's going to give you out in the long run and everything.
Yeah.
So
and also sorry, you go ahead and finish.
No, I had nothing else and everything about that, but no, go ahead.
And also, if you are worried about your character being too tropey, don't. It will be fine, because as we said at the top, your influence, your experiences will make that your character. It will not be Legolas 2.0.
Oh yeah.
You can literally set out to do Legolas 2.0, and it still will not be that.
Exactly.
So don't worry about tropes, and sometimes a nice little trope is really fun in a table of 0 tropes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like the one normal guy being like, "Why are we killing people? They're just on the road. They just have a wagon."
Pretty much. Yeah.
You just shot fire from your fingertips. That's crazy.
Yeah, it reminds me very much of like there's only 5 stories to tell and everything when it comes to like any like media and stuff, and there's always like there's sometimes it feels like there are people pushing like we should evolve into like a different story. It's like no, it's okay. We only have 5 stories to tell. It's the path you take and everything that makes it unique and different. So
the hero's journey is a standard for a reason. It's good.
Oh yeah, very very much. But yeah, I think that's pretty much about it for today. So. Yeah, all right. Thank you, everybody, for listening up to Roll the Talk and everything. I am Dice&Autism. You guys can follow me at Dice&Autism at all my socials at Dice&Autism, because that's the username, blah, 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 blah. And you can also find Wittyxwitch on her socials and everything. Witty, where can people find you?
You can find me at Wittyxwitch on any social that I'm on. Right now, I've been most active on Instagram. For 2 years, I've been planning on doing TikToks again. I will eventually do it. But yeah, that's mostly where I'm at. I'm occasionally on Blue Sky. I just kind of forget.
And yeah, I'm so excited with this project. I'm so excited. It's just been fun, just kind of like having like these discussions and just talking, just being like all nerds and stuff. So yeah. All right. So we will see you guys next time. Have a good day, everybody, and please be kind to yourselves. Peace.